But if you start to look at this map, then we have these states, these swing states. If you take one of them out, now you've got 6 left. And then you can start to have fun with the map and start to see, all right, who has to win? So you're left with, Nevada and Arizona, the only 2 Sunbelt states left, North Carolina, and then these 3 states in the upper Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. And if one of them is already in one camp, that narrows the path for the other side.
So Tom, Georgia's 16 electoral votes, I believe, right? So that's a pretty big number. Pennsylvania's the biggest with 19, but Georgia and North Carolina have 16 each. So important states. What does the map look like to you right now?
Yeah, well, so Trump is currently leading in our RealClearPolitics averages in all of these states, but by, very slim margins. I think 2.5 points in Georgia is his biggest lead. He's up 1.8 in Arizona, but that's the idea of like a narrow landslide. If he wins all of them, he ends up with 312 electoral votes, which, is a pretty good thump in this day and age, but it could happen by just a few thousand votes in some of these states. But to Carl's point, so if you take Georgia, Kamala Harris still, if she wins Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, she would win the Electoral College 270 to 268. That's how close it would be. The problem is, she's trailing in all 3 of those states right now. I think her best opportunity is in North Carolina, where Trump is leading by 0.5 percentage point. But she actually leads in the last 3 polls that were taken in North Carolina. Actually, 2 of them, Atlas Intel has her up 2, Quinnipiac had her up 3, and the Carolina Journal, which is a signals the pollster there, had that race tied. So the last 3 polls in North Carolina, Harris is up 2, 3, and the race is tied. And why that's important is if she wins North Carolina, she could afford to lose one of those not one of them. She could lose Wisconsin or Michigan, but she couldn't lose Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania has 19 electoral votes. It wouldn't replace those lost. It would give her some wiggle room with Wisconsin or Michigan. And that's important because she's currently trailing in those states as well. And I think Trump is leading in most of the most recent polls in those states.
And is there any way that she wins without winning Pennsylvania at this point? Is that just hypothetical or is that?
Well, she won North Carolina and Wisconsin and Michigan. Right. She could lose Pennsylvania.
No. She'd have to win
Arizona or Nevada?
She'd have to win Arizona or Nevada.
Yeah.
And right now, Trump's second largest lead is in Arizona. But in Nevada, that's a state that the Democrats have won the last 2 cycles. And if they still have the edge with the culinary union, that might be an option for her. But that would be sort of an interesting result to have her win the Electoral College by losing Pennsylvania, but winning North Carolina and Nevada. That would be something.
Well, this is so hard to do without the map in front of you. But if you want to see all this, if you go to RealClearPolitics, there's a map there and I was doing it this morning. You can sort of build your own scenario. And if you win this state and you lose that state, what it looks like, it's fun to do. I highly recommend it.